Hello guys, welcome back to another local match. And today, as you see, we have a Fire King mirror match. I started playing the deck recently and I have a lot of fun with this deck. So here he starts with Deception, I asked it. Because he discarded the Witch, it means he has another one in his hand obviously. So I save Hyperm for that. And him normal summoning as Blossom basically tells me that he has another ass in his hand. So I know every card he has right now in his hand, and he goes for a Princess line to Reborn and make a Link 4. So it gives him at least one interaction with Princess plus a bit of follow-up. He forgets to set a Deception, which is not that important because I have an answer for that, but it could matter a lot in a different scenario. So I summon Ponyx, it goes through, and he asks my island. My hand was Flamberge, Imperm plus Poplar. So maybe what I should have done is normal summon Poplar, add original, then Crash, and then summon Ponyx. So I have two assable cards and he has only one answer. So maybe I should have done that, but it doesn't matter at this point because even if I leave Ponyx on the field, if he attacks it, I just get to add it back to my hand. And he chose not to do anything. His top deck was Handra, but even if it was a good card, I could just imprint that. I start by summoning my Poplar because I drew my second Ponyx, which I play. And I bait his Veiler, and then I have Island to pop. And I also have Ponyx in hand for the Garonix pop from the deck later. I activate Garonix. On summon, I am chailing 1. He decides to Princess chailing 2 to pop my Garonix, which is the last thing that he can do at this point, because if he didn't do that, I could just activate Kirin effect and then pop his Whale, which means Princess wouldn't be able to summon ever. I trigger Ponyx plus Volcanics, and I summon the old G Garonix. I add the Skyburn. See, second Ponyx came in handy here. And now I see his graveyard, he has a Witch, so it's basically straight line for me just to go for Dark Steel. And I also have Hita in case I need to steal something to Link Climb. So basically this is game because I can add my AZAMINA engine as well, which is basically full combo. And from now on, we go just to do the steps. I activate Arcelago, I search Wanted, I go into Princess, I add back the Fusion spell card. Princess will bring back anything, maybe Volcanics. I summon Volcanics, I pop my Flamberge in my hand, which will be able to summon my 2 Ponyx from the graveyard. Actually, 1 Ponyx plus 1 Poplar, because I need the other Ponyx to add back in case I don't OTK this turn. I do the typical line with AZAMINA plus Wanted to activate and have a free send. So I also have a free draw now, and I have an Omnigate, which is pretty good. I explained to him how it works. I sent my ass to summon a Witch, which already used their effect because I stole it from my opponent's graveyard. And now I go just for some lines. I add the follow-up. I have OTK, but I just do some cool lines here. And TAS, of course, it's more combo. Actually, I wasn't playing Coke in that list, so I didn't have anything to add. But it doesn't matter here. I just can do Zlantis and then OTK. And as you will see, I will just link directly into Raging Phoenix. Salaman Great Best Deck, by the way. I summon his monsters. Princess goes into pop. Even if he chooses to Amblo well here, I can just negate with AZAMINA. I trigger my Raging Phoenix. I will pop his Princess in the battle phase and I win. Plus, I have a lot of follow-up and hit top decks, so it doesn't make any difference. Going into game 2, I know he will go first. The plan is to draw a bunch of 100% one-card combos, as usual. I activate Mulcharm Purulia, which is huge against Fire King. And he activates Wanted in the draw phase. which is something that made me happy because I know that he will commit into it by adding the witch. And I have two imperms in my hand plus full combo to basically make up a board. And giving me extra draws will help with that. So he summons by discarding a wanted, and I draw Nibiru. So I know that even if he has a lot of follow-up, I can just win thanks to all of my hand traps. I have a second Emperor for the Ponyx. I do it because even if he has Kirin plus a lot of stuff to dodge it, he will commit a lot into the Mulch army. And if I draw two more cards just because he wants to dodge a hand trap, it's fine by me because I have Nibiru. I draw also Retaliating Sea that I was testing. And against his deck, if he goes for the Azamina, it's pretty good, but it didn't come up here. I start with Bonfire to add Poplar because I have already Volcanics in my hand, and I don't want to commit to another normal summon by snaking Ash. So that's why I don't add that here. I have also Deception that will protect my Volcanics by summoning an Omnigate. I activate Sacred Azamina to go into Arcelago first to add Wanted because I also want a draw. He has two cards and he passed without failed, which tells me that he either has Garunix or he just wants to use his Diabellstar plus Ponyx on the next turn. So, despite me having an OK line here, I was playing it really safe just to avoid Nibiru plus Garunix because I think that's the only case that I lose, or Imperm plus Nibiru, and that's why you will see some weird lines. I activate original sending, I summon my Ponyx, I don't need to summon any other snake monsters. I set it out the continue spell, that's why I add the island. And island can pop, or I can summon also the Volcanics and have a better pop with island. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I summon Volcanics, I pop Ponyx to add the Garonics and make Volcanics level 8, which is something pretty important. And Volcanics is also a good pop for island. I summon Garunix. Garunix will dump maybe Arvata here to play around hand traps. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I send the Arvata. Arvata will summon a Ponyx. Because Volcanics is already level 8, I can overlay. But what I'm gonna do is play around every hand trap he might have. So I add Kirin and summon Garunix. And from now on, I put back the original just to know what I will go into next. I draw into Cosmic, which is pretty good even for his follow-up. I go into Zombie Vampire because it's a mirror match and against this deck is so good. And my misplay here is that I didn't summon Retaliating Sea and I attacked. Because if I did that, he wouldn't have any follow-up. But I was thinking of not sending my masters to the graveyard for some reason. And that's why I didn't summon it, which is a total mistake. And I proceed to the battle phase and I attack his Ponyx first and then the Witch, because if he wants to activate Witch effect, I want him to send a card from his hand and not from his field, just to get a free body, a free card extra. So he decides to do that by discarding the Arvata, which tells me that not only he doesn't have Garunix, but I can play around his last unknown card because I have the AZAMINA. So I didn't get punished for not summoning Retaliating Sea, but that's what I should have done. So now I go into Hita take, and I immediately summon Ponyx, so he doesn't get it back during the standby phase. I summon Promethean, which is free. I can summon the Arvata, which is another negate. And from now on, I can go into a Link 4 if I want and set all of my follow-up. So I decided to go into Amblo Whale to summon back some monsters and pop cards in his turn. And with a lot of cards in my hand, I set Cosmic and I reset the Deception in the end phase. And I pass it back with two negates against his two cards plus my hand traps that I have. I have Nibiru plus Retaliating Sea. Deception does tribute for cost, so I shotgun the Cosmic. and he can win from this point. So that's the game. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video.